and welcome back to the channel. Today it's time for the last part of season 101, the Master promotion season. And so far we have done 11 races, and if you haven't watched the first or the second part or even the third part of the video, go and watch it first, otherwise you might have some spoilers somewhere. Let's take a look at the season standings. We can see that currently we are in second position. It seems to be safe, and with the score points, we have 27 points behind the leader. Not sure what he did in race 11, or if that is a one-off, or there will be more slow races. So 27 points until the first place. Promotion is pretty much safe unless we run out of money. Race 12 of the season here in Buenos Aires, qualified on pole position once again. And for this race it's really important to stay into the lead, otherwise the strategy won't work. And lovely, we are back into the lead and just need to keep it, and that didn't happen. Maybe we can get it back. Yes, it's very important to stay in the lead, or at least have free track, so we can go full speed, because I'm doing a 3-stop strategy whilst the others might be doing a 2-stop strategy. And it seems that we are ending lap 1 in second position. So we lost the lead at the start, and as it seems we have the speed to keep close, but unfortunately I can't overtake just yet. This will cost the strategy about 10 to 15 seconds most likely, because we don't have free space. And yes, lovely, we got into the lead, and now it's time for the pit stop, and we are back into 12th position. But we have some clean air, that is importantly, so now we can close the gap to the car in front, and we wait until the 2-stop, yes, cars do their pit stop, and we are back up into a 3rd position for now. And a 2nd position, we need one more car to stop, yes, lovely, and back into the lead, and we have a lovely gap behind, and now it's just a matter of opening up the gap to the cars behind, and yes, just go fast and wait until the 2nd pit stop, which is very close to be happening, and then we will be back on track in like a 4th position or something like that. No, a 5th position, and we have need to close the gap to the car in front, and hopefully we can get past very quickly and not lose too much time. Yes, lovely, we got past immediately and back up into 4th position. Now waiting for the cars to make their 2nd pit stop so we can get the track position back. Yes, lovely, and yes, one more car to make their stop, and yes, lovely, we should be back into the lead for a few laps, and now we can go fast, and now it's a matter of going fast and finding where we are. We are in a 3rd position, and it seems we don't have any pressure from behind. We can't overtake any cars because they are too far gone, but you can clearly see that I am faster and closing the gap slightly, but in the end at 3rd position still some decent good points, and some more champagne for the pit crew in the end. And yes, lovely, and yes, nice. It seems like the fastest lap isn't going to be possible this race. That is a pity, but at least we finished on the podium. We got some more champagne, some decent points, and had some fun. That is all that matters. Race analyzed, so started the race in 1st position, used 60 CT here, and we finished with plenty of energy left, but we couldn't go really that much faster because of the tires, so that is what we went for. And in the end, 3 stops, very nice, and got a 3rd position, and we got some decent points, and we are very happy with the result, and up to the next race. Race 13 of the season at Mexico, 3rd pole position in a row, and we have immediately lost it at the start, but that is mainly due to the fact that 2 cars are very clearly faster than me, and any cars that are still behind aren't fast enough to close the gap. So let's see what happens. I'm doing a 2-stop strategy this race, and let's see what happens. Hopefully everyone else is doing a 2-stop as well. Then it would be looking very nicely, and we have a nice gap behind, but we need to make yes, lovely, about pit stop time, and yes, lovely, pit stop done, and we are back into What position are we? We are in 18th after the pit stop, and not that many cars have pitted. We gained the position, but we are still in 17th position, and it seems like most of them are doing a one-stop this race, which I didn't expect, to be honest. And yes, so we just need to, yes, lovely, we gained the position with the car that was in front. Now had a driver mistake, so lovely. And let's see what happens. Oh yes, lovely. Cars are going to make their one and only pit stop for this race, and we are back up into a 4th position for now. A 3rd position for now. Yes, looks like a 3rd. No, 2nd position. Yes, but we still need to do our pit stop, and I don't think that our 2-stop strategy is working here at Mexico. And about pit stop time, 1 more lap and stopping now, and we are back on track in a 8th position. So at least we have a point, but not that much. It seems like I have picked the wrong strategy, because I wasn't blocked at all this race. So either I needed to go faster, or I should have done another strategy. Yes, lovely. We gained the position back into 7, but only 10 laps left. Maybe more is possible. But in the end, a few points should be a decent result. And yes, clearly the strategy didn't work. I expected much more 2-stoppers, but that wasn't the case. And seems like we are finishing in a 7th position. Oh no, we gained the position on the last lap, so finished 6th position, and 2-stop strategy won. So it was possible, and yes, so a 6th position and some more points. Finished in a 6th position, as we can clearly see. Almost everyone did the 1-stop, and the cars, some cars did a 2-stop, including me, and we got a 6th position, but the 2-stop won. So it would have been possible. Maybe we could have used some more CT, and could have had a better result. Race analyze for Mexico. So started in 1st position, used 60 CT, but we had plenty of energy left. We used about 75-ish of some kind, but the tires could have gone more if we pushed slightly more, and with pushing slightly more we might have been able to score a few more points, but still we got some points and we are still made some money. So let's go to the next race. Race 14 of the season here at Kyalami, qualified in 2nd position, but it's raining at the start of the race, so we have lost 2 positions into 4th position, and it seems like we are losing some more positions, but that's fine, as it's a mixed race, and we were, yes, lovely, here is the first dry period, and hopefully it will last for a long time, and let's make the pit stop, and let's see where we are. We are currently back out in 9th, but I believe there are 1 or 2 cars in front that have started with wet tires that will need to pit earlier, and now it's just a matter of when it's going to rain again. And the pace seems to be okay. Yes, I'm running with a wet setup on the wings, and everything else on the car is a dry setup, so that should be quite okay. Yes. No, we have lost the position, but we are in the mix for the fight for P5 or something like that. And yes, lovely, we have gained the position. Yes, one of the cars that needs to pit because they started on wet tires. I believe, yes, here's the other one, and we are now in 6th position. And yes, 34 seconds behind the leader, so that's okay. Yes, now the first cars are doing their normal stop. We are going even longer by the looks of it, so that could be in my favor if it starts raining again. Yes, no, not yet. And no, 1 more lap until the stop. Yes, lovely, here's the pit stop. And we are back into a 6th position, so lovely. So we gained a few positions when the others needed to pit, and we had some free track, and up into 5th, lovely. So yes, and it looks like we might be able to get the 4th place this race, but no, we had a driver mistake. Back down to 7th, and still waiting for the first rain after the rain that we had at the start of the race. So yes. Yes, and of course those that started on wet tires needed to stop yet again. So yes, and looks to be okay. And here we are in fifth, and the cars are making the stops, and I can go a few more laps until we run out of fuel. And still dry, yes, in 5th position, but we are very close to a 4th, and it has started raining now, so we will be coming into the pits to do our pit stop. Yes, here we are, and we are back on track in a 4th position, as the car that was in front had a driver mistake, so now it's just a matter of trying to hold the position if possible, and that should be a lovely 4th position, and one more lap to go, and yes, lovely, finished in a 4th position. Yes, lovely podium, and a 4th position, nice, and we got some decent points. Race analyzed for Kyalami started in 2nd position, 60 CT in the dry and 55 in the wet, and we had plenty of energy left, so maybe we can do ninja trading. I ran out the tires to the max life, that resulted into that we hadn't pit yet until the rain came, so we benefited from it, and in the end a lovely 4th position, some decent points, and we made some money, and up to the next race. I was looking at a sponsor I wanted to talk with, and I came across this sponsor where 2 managers from the same team are talking with it, and of course this is the feature that was introduced at the beginning of the season, and we can now see that 2 managers of the same team are talking with this sponsor, and that's it. Today's video is sponsored by... Oh wait, I don't have any sponsors. Subscribe now! Race 15 of the season here at Interlagos, qualified in 2nd position and lost 2 positions at the start, and yes, we are losing some time to the leader, and it seems like we don't have the speed today, so the best possible result would be a 2nd place today, so no 100 victory, and we gained the position, lovely, and yes, and now we just need to make sure that we gain 1 more place. It's about pit stop time, doing 2 stops here, and yes, pitting, yes, lovely, we are pitting at the same time, and I am ahead of him, lovely. So now we have gained the position, and now we are in 4th, and we just need to wait for some cars to make their stops, and we are into 2nd position, and it looks like we have slightly more speed or similar speed, so it should be very fine, and basically race done from now on in. Unless something happens, and we can clearly see that we are dropping back from the leader, so we don't have to pace this race to win, sadly. And time for the 2nd pit stop, and yes, pit stop done, back out in 5th, but some cars still need to make their last stop, so we should get back into a 2nd position, and yes, here he is, and we are back in 2nd position, and we have maintained the 2nd position to the car behind, and of course still losing time to the car in front, so 2nd position, some decent points, and the sponsors will be happy, and you will be happy as well. We got some champagne at the podium, and lovely. 2nd position here at Interlagos, nothing more that we could have done, basically a perfect race for what is possible with the package that we currently have. Race analyzed for Interlagos, so qualified in 2nd position, lost 2 positions at the start. We did 65 CT, the most possible, but we ran out of energy, and we will take a look at the 2-stop strategy, some good decent pit stops, and here at the end, the last 2 laps, we ran out of energy, but in the end it didn't matter, so tried to boost for the fastest lap, but we didn't have any energy. Race 16 of Ahvenisto, qualified in 5th position, but there's also some guys that are starting on rain tires, as we are expecting a full wet race, but first we start out in the dry, and we have gained a position into 4th, and I am running a full wet setup this race, so let's see what happens, and yes, lovely, it starts raining, so we will be pitting a lap later, and here we come into the pits, and you can clearly see that the cars that have pitted on rain tires are now in front of us, and we are back down into a 7th position, and not anymore, because we have a driver mistake, so back in 11th, and we have gained the position back into 10th, yes, and into 9th, and into 8th, lovely, and yes, just a matter of, yes, lovely 7th position, just a matter of 6th position even. We might have cleared the train, that could be really nice. It's just a matter of going as fast as possible, and then at the end of the race we will see what kind of result that we get. Any points are of course welcome, and it happens. We don't have any clue. Will it be dry? Will it be wet again? We don't know. So we need to do one stop until the rain tires are dying, and the cars that have started on rain tires, they are coming into the pits now. That is why we are gaining some places. So we are currently back into second position, and if we are lucky with the weather, we could be looking at a second or third position possibly this race, which is more than I would expect for a rain race with my driver. But of course we also have the powerful Michelin tires that are really powerful in the wet, that compensate the lack of talent that my driver has. So we are in second position and tires are going off, so it's about time to make another stop for some more wet tires. And yes, lovely, pitting and into the pits. Back out into second, yes, lovely, but it seems like there is a car behind us that is really fast, that has started on wet tires, I believe. And yes, the leader is pitting and we are not losing the position just yet, but I am not boosting, so if he is boosting we might lose the position at the end of the race. Yes, oh no, we got a driver mistake and we lost the position. So not a second position, but a third position. Still some decent podiums and some lovely champagne, and hopefully the next race will be more suitable weather and pushing flat out for that 100 win. Yes, lovely, in third position, some points, and let's go. Race analyzed, so we started in 5th position on dry tires, used 60 CT, and we still had plenty of energy left. We could have gone slightly faster, but I don't think it really matters in the end, and it rained all race, and in the end we got a lovely 3rd position and some decent points, and let's go to the next race. Qualifying for race 17, fastest time in Q1, fastest time in Q2, so that's yet another pole position, so lovely. But we are going to be looking at the qualifying results for Master, and we can see that I have the fastest time in Q1 and the second time in Q2, but together that's the fastest qualifying time of the whole of Master, so lovely. So we haven't had that happen this season, so we might be doing a stop too much, but we will be seeing that in the race. So race 17 here at Kaunas in Lithuania, started on pole position, but couldn't keep the lead despite boosting on the opening laps, and we have speed to be on the podium, and if we are doing a pit stop more, it's not that good that we are behind a car, and here's our stop, and everyone else is still driving. So back out into 8th position, but in clean air, importantly, so we can do our own pace, and let's see what's going to be happening. Yes, some cars are doing their normal pit stop, and we are back out in the lead, so we have gained the position, and now we can see that we don't have the speed to pull a gap. So yes, victory won't be possible this race, so I guess a second position might be the best, and pit stop done, back out in 5th. Podium is still on the cars, we can almost touch it, but not quite yet. They need to do a stop, and I also do need to do a stop, and they are, yes, lovely, they are going to be pitting around about now, and we should be back in second position, question mark, first, no, second position, but lovely, we have a lovely slipstream that we can benefit from, and our pit stop time, so back into 3rd position, so we have gained 2 positions. Yes, lovely, and can we get the 2nd position as well? I'm also boosting at the end of the race, and hopefully we can grab the fastest lap as well. Not quite sure if it's possible, but could be worth it. And yes, lovely, we got past, and we have finished into a 2nd position, lovely, and there's some more points and some more money, and we are happy. And race analyzed for the last race of the season, started on pole position, 2nd after the start with boosting, 60 CT. We had some energy left, so could have gone slightly faster, but don't think it would have mattered for the end result. In the end, we finished 2nd, and sadly couldn't grab grab the fastest lap. So there's a million that we didn't get, but in the end it's quite okay. And finally, let's take a look at the season standings after race 17 of the season, and we have finished the group in a lovely second position. And in the end it wasn't really contested. I think if we have taken Dunlops or bad years, a promotion should have been possible as well. So indeed we got some lovely podiums, we got a race win, we got some drama, and yes, lovely. And of course also managed to grab a few pole positions in the later end of the season, so that was really nice to see that it was possible. And we got some points, we got some money, and let's go into next season. But first, end of season. In the end of the season we had a really nice recovery, and we finished with basically a break-even point, and this is before the season reset, so before the 5 million for our races, the points money, the team money. So basically we made a small profit last season, so that's really nice to see. This season I have spent $376 million. Most of it is on the car parts, but it isn't that much if you take a look at the total picture, as the tire cost basically as much as the car parts. Yes, and of course the car parts are this low because I have tested this little. I only did 3 test sessions at about 250 laps total for the whole season, so that wasn't that much. But in the end, this is the cost that we had this season, and of course there are also some earnings, 369 million this season. That is before the season reset, and we had some lovely income from qualifying, racing, and of course we had some decent sponsor money this season as well, but sadly we were knocked out early in the cup, so a little missed income there, and of course 40 million sponsor income, and in the end we had pretty good, a decent season. We basically made some money or didn't lose any money, and I had a silly tire to have some fun with. Of course we had some silly tires this season, so instead to compensate for the high cost we didn't test that much. So I tested once on handling because that was the lowest, and basically we never really gained any more testing points. So these are the testing points, and of course they aren't good enough for elite, so that's something we need to work on. Of course it's also time to look at what kind of driver training I did this season. This is how my driver was looking at the end of the season before the season reset. This season has been a mix of ninja class and spa resort training, and very little amount of testing, and we started off the season with 0 motivation, and due to the good results we gained the motivation, and with more motivation the driver also becomes slightly quicker, and yes, lovely, we gained when I could train ninja class I did to get some aggression back because from good results you lose aggression, and also aggression is also some speed, and I don't know what I am doing with my driver next season. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon, and check out one of these videos if you haven't, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Goodbye!